Well, good morning. This is your power station, Radio Gold 90.5 FM. Of course, still the Gold Morning Conversation. Well, this morning, our guest has had quite a busy week, the week that just passed. In fact, he started the week in his capacity as defense minister, presenting a report on the August 6th clash. Then, of course, what the tragedy that happened on 12th November, he had to rush to Parliament, was preparing to come and present the budget the very next day to deliver a speech explaining exactly what has happened, what they knew at that time. And then the next day, of course, he has to present the budget. Since then, he's been granting one interview after another. We are one of the few who have had the opportunity, the privilege of speaking to him. Honorable Dr. Cassiel Ato Forson is our guest, Minister for Finance. He's also a member of Parliament for Ejumako Enyan Esiam. In fact, that's the very first position and is the most important one, I guess. Good morning.
Good morning.
And it's nice to talk to you this morning.
Thank you very much. Nice to have you.
But by the way, let me start because Finance Minister, Acting Defense Minister, how's the constituency?
The constituency is good. And, I've been an MP. This is my 17th year. And I'm going to my 18th year.
Okay.
I've been the MP representing the wonderful people of Ejumako Enyan Esiam since 2009, after the 2008 elections. So this is my 5th term in Parliament. I'm happy to represent my people. I don't joke with them at all.
Okay.
And they've been the ones that ushered me to politics and gave me a first bite, how politics tastes like. And so, let me put it this way, I'm privileged to be the representative of the people of Ejumako Enyan Esiam in the wonderful central region of Ghana.
One of the constant features of being an MP is having to go to the constituency regularly to check on them. And are you able to do that nowadays?
I think my constituency, let me put this way, I appreciate the responsibility that the people of Ghana has given me. And the fact that I have to share my time, or they have to share their MP with the people of Ghana. And one time when I went to my constituency, an old lady said to me, "Don't worry, Ato, we've loaned you to the people of Ghana. Just serve Ghana with dignity and come back home, and we'll be proud of you." I think it was an encouragement that I'm here not only to serve my constituents, but my constituents understands that the constituency is part of a broader country. And if the country calls on you to provide do something for the interest of all of us, it's bigger than just serving your constituents alone. Obviously, the constituency sent me to be part of Parliament and to be part of a government, and so it's the same function. And I'm not sure it's something that one should be worried about. But I recognize that my first year in Parliament, my first year obviously in the government of President Mahama, the administration has been a challenging one. That requires a lot of time. That requires a lot of active work. And the fact that I have indeed put in a lot of effort to be able to turn around the economy. It may mean that I wouldn't have much time to be going to the constituency as I used to. But then again, what does the constituents want? The constituents want to make sure that the country is a better place for all of us to live in. Prices of goods and services are coming down. And if it's their MP that is leading the chart to do that, obviously, all the better for the people of Ejumako Enyan Esiam.
And the other mandate that has been placed on you is Acting Minister of Defense. What does it mean to be acting? Does it mean your powers are less, or you get to do everything that the Minister of Defense ideally does?
I think there's no limitation to the powers. As an acting minister, you are the minister responsible for defense, and you'll be held accountable for things that goes wrong and things that obviously and praise will come if things goes right. The good news is that the Ministry of Defense is a very structured ministry, very, very structured. They are responsible for the Ghana Armed Forces, and Armed Forces itself. You have the Chief of Defense Staff, who himself is responsible for the Ghana Armed Forces. You have the Air Force under him, the infantry, and then obviously the Navy under him, each having their own command. And so you provide an oversight responsibility over the armed forces. It's a very stable environment. You have the likes of Kofi Annan Institute, also it's a regimented institution, also armed forces, and also it's quite structured. And you provide policy direction. And so it looks as if it's a lot more, it's very busy. But because it is structured, in a structured environment, it's not as busy as it may seem. And so I think I'm having a good time there to supervise the ministry as minister responsible for defense, acting minister responsible for defense. I mean, very, very soon, His Excellency the President will announce a substantive minister for defense. But there are issues that we need to deal with it, particularly using the 2026 budget to retool the military. And I think the President, in his wisdom, that the minister responsible for finance must be there to see what is wrong, particularly the needs of the Ghana Armed Forces, and make adequate provision in the budget to cater for it. Hence the decision that I should act and observe what is there and then use the budget too. So I think largely I will use this budget to solve the needs of the military, not to solve everything, but I've understand the situation. As we speak, I have very good understanding of what the situation is. And so as time goes on, I've started from the 2026 budget, we'll begin 27-28. And I hope in the next 3-4 years, we'll have a military that is modernized and well equipped to be able to perform their function effectively.
In fact, Colonel Festus Abuaji, who was in the military, a senior military officer that has retired, calls what you propose in a budget for the military a modest start. Do you agree?
I think so. You can call it modest. The fact is that in the past, nothing of this kind was done for the military in the last 8 years. Today, we are seeing a good start. You should understand that there are other equally important needs of the people of Ghana. So it's not like I have limitless cash. I have cash that is constrained. And there's a limit to which I can present a budget. I have to look at my expenditure, how much deficit extra you can do. I have to look at revenue. And based on all of that, I will be able to agree on how much I can spend as a country. And because the resources aren't limitless, I have to share it across all the sectors of the economy. There's the need to pay government workers. There's the need to run government ministries, departments, and agencies. There's the need to pay attention to healthcare and education. There's the need to ensure that your infrastructure is being done properly, and infrastructure cut everywhere. There's the need to ensure that there's food and food security. And there's the need to ensure that at a minimum, you are well protected. The security issues are dealt with. And talk about security, you have the military and you have the internal security. You have to make sure that your police is well equipped. You have to make sure that if there's fire, the fire service is there for you. You have to make sure that the immigration service is strong and all of that. So I have to make sure that resources are shared in a way that all of these important sectors of the economy are at least well off. And so skewing it too much to the detriment of the other may affect the forward march of some sectors.
Is that to suggest that we may be seeing more in subsequent budgets? I know it's difficult to predict, but
maybe. I think it is not difficult to predict it. Even in the same budget, you can see a medium-term expenditure framework. What we call the medium-term expenditure MTEF framework. So if you look at every budget has a medium-term expenditure framework. We call it MTEF. Behind you have the one for this year. You have 27, 28, even 29. So the trajectory is there. And so you notice that what we've done today is giving us a trajectory. And that trajectory will mean that we will equip and modernize the armed forces going forward in other sectors.
And to stay on security a bit, and I'll come back to what you've been doing this year. But to stay on security a bit, I also realized that you are paying a lot of attention to the Ghana National Fire Service.
Yes.
You're doing 100
Yes,
fire
100
tenders.
fire tenders. I'm sure you've seen the nature of our, what do you call it, for our fire service. The fact that they lack, they have the men, but they lack machinery. So, and you don't only fight fire with men.
Okay.
You fight fire with competent men by using modern machinery.
Okay.
So we have the competent men. We need the machinery. And we've seen videos that fire service people goes out there to fight fire, and they don't have functional equipment.
Okay.
Some water issues, hydrant issues, some machinery issues. So we are addressing them holistically. And the minister responsible for interior, the venerable honorable Muntaka Mubarak, is doing an excellent work at the Ministry of Interior and working very closely with the fire service, and is going to make sure that they are properly retooled and their work is being done properly.
The last time there was this level of retooling, you were Deputy Minister for Finance.
Yes.
Are you surprised that it has to take you coming back into power for such major retooling to be done?
I think yes and no. Surprised and not too surprised. Surprised that an important sector of this sort has been neglected. I'm not surprised because we know the people were ruling, and we know their mindset, and we know what they did to Ghana. And so looking at the state of the Ghanaian economy, looking at the state of the fire service, why should I be surprised?
Well, now let's come back to the basics. You were one of the very first ministers to have been announced. You've taken over close to 10 months now. What have you been doing? Because you put forward a budget and you've been executing the budget for some time now. What have you been doing with your very first budget? What has been the focus?
Okay. When I took office, the president announced me on the 3rd.
Okay.
On the 6th. No, on the 9th.
Okay.
9th. He was selected. He was sworn in on the 7th.
Yeah.
On the 8th and then 9th, I was nominated as minister responsible for finance.
Okay.
And I was nominated together with my two other colleagues.
The Minister for Rules.
The Minister for Energy.
Okay.
And then the Minister for the Attorney General.
Okay.
So they were the same. I went through my vetting. Obviously, I had a responsibility at the time as the majority leader. And I had to hand over my other portfolio because there was a new leader who was supposed to replace me in Parliament as the majority leader. So I handed over on the 22nd, and then on the same day, I moved here. So from 23rd, I took over as the minister responsible for finance. Thanks to His Excellency the President for the honor done me and for the confidence that he reposed in me, particularly at this very difficult time of our economic turnaround, and the fact that he believed in that I can do it. So I took the challenge. Came here, this same room, first meeting with all directors here. I remember very well. Had a brief. And, it was worrisome.
The very first brief?
It was worrisome. And, it's the kind of brief that Commander-in-Chiefs received when he takes office. And when I was briefed as Minister for Finance and I saw all of that, I said,
what worried you?
We have work to do.
What worried you specifically from that brief?
The true state of the economy.
But you were majority leader, you were ranking member on the finance committee. You should have an idea.
You have an idea, but the true situation is different from what the idea you have from outside. So when I saw the true situation, I had a deep breath and I said, I have work to do. And so immediately after, I said, I'll come back tomorrow. I went home, had a deep breath and said, hey, let's get on. So the next day on the 23rd, I took office properly. And you know what? The first thing I did was to write to everybody that stop every payment.
That was the very first thing?
First thing.
All payments?
Every single payment, even if it is about entering the payment on the morning from the Bank of Ghana, I said stop. Everything must stop. And halt and wait for me.
Why did you do that?
I had to do that because I need to have an understanding what is going through, what is coming out, what is going. And I said, hang on everything, let me do it.
Okay.
Then I started recalibrating the fiscal. I inherited an IMF program that has been derailed. I said, this program needs to be fixed.
Okay.
Then not just fixing it, but getting to recalibrate it. Then again, in the same room, I had a board and said, let's recalibrate the fiscal.
Okay.
One of the things I did, and it looks like the public did not really pay attention, was that the IMF program to go through the consolidation was revenue-led. That it was going to be a lot of taxes and all to lead the reforms and to reduce the debt and to recalibrate. So I decided to recalibrate it. And in recalibrating the fiscal, I switched from revenue-led to spending-led.
Okay.
And I started cutting the waste.
So what you inherited was more about generating more revenue.
More revenue in the form of more taxes.
Okay.
And so I switched it.
Okay.
And so if you look at the fiscal framework carefully, you notice that there was a shift from more taxes and taxes and taxes to cut in wasteful expenditure, wasteful expenditure, wasteful expenditure.
Okay.
And so straight away, I started finding out where are the waste and what is a waste.
Okay.
So if I look at a person and I think it's a waste, it's waste.
Okay.
If I look at the expenditure line and I think it's impactful, it is waste.
Okay.
And I have to cut it. Okay. And so I started cutting the waste.
Okay.
And so you notice that the expenditure levels change. And so going into the budget, I immediately reset expenditure lines from where in 2025, but set it to 2023 levels.
Okay. By cutting the waste.
Even before cutting, I reset every single expenditure line to 2023 levels.
Okay.
It's not 2024 levels. 2023 levels in the budget. That's what I started with. So took everything 2 years back.
Okay.
2023 levels. I call it shock therapy to shock the system. And so shock therapy, I reset it to 2023 levels. And then even within the 2023 levels, then I started checking which one is impactful and which one. Okay. And then I identified certain organizations that were, excuse my French, low impact, then cut them all. Okay. Some collapsed them into other and all. And then so it was spending that was leading the reform. Then I introduced what we call commitment authorization as part of the budget. The intention was, now that you are cutting the expenditure, you don't want some commitment or new contracts to add on. Otherwise, they go back to the same. Yeah. So I introduced the commitment authorization to make sure that whatever is coming in has been approved and is within the budget and is impactful. Okay. And got all ministries, departments, and agencies to get my approval before they can award contract, just to make sure that the system can work. Then aside that, I said to myself that, what if you are going to do all of this to ministries, departments, and agencies, and you leave the state-owned enterprises? They run the country aground and come in a form of contingent liability to pay. Then I rope them in. Okay. SOEs. Okay. So you tackle the SOEs? I tackled the SOEs and brought them in, and all the SOEs will have to also ask for permission before they do things outside their budget. You remember, if ECG mess up, it's the state that pays. Yes. If Cocoa Board mess up, the state that pays. If other SOEs mess up, the state that pays. And so if I'm the one going to pay, then let me see what you are doing. Okay. Unless we are not the one going to pay. Because I'm the one going to pay. Won't you do the same? Yes. You do the same. And so and I said, okay, fine, you don't want me to see, then don't come to me. But if you are going to come to me and it's going to be my debt tomorrow, I have to see what I have to pay. And if you are going to award contract, for example, ministries, department, agencies, and eventually you are going to bring it to me to pay, then let me see what you are doing. Then let me make sure it's in the budget. That's all. And if it's in the budget, you can do it. If it's outside the budget, I'm sorry, you cannot do it. So I amended the Procurement Act and introduced commitment authorization and shifted the responsibility of criminalizing the action, the wrongdoing, from the politicians to the technical people. Those people who are approving. This time, I'm not a politician. I'm not the one here who approves at the procurement level. So the tender committee, the head of tender entity tender. So you are the technical people. You'll be responsible, and everybody stayed off. And here we are. We are seeing benefits. Aside that, I had to tackle inflation.
Okay.
I had to tackle the structural issues, like how do I build reserves to make sure the currency stabilizes. Then I introduced the gold board. Okay, it's been a brainchild for a very long time. Designed it and all, and had to find someone strong enough. And Sami Jemfi had always come to mind. The president has chosen him, and he's a young man with drive. And it's difficult to get such kind of people around. And you need someone not only with energy, but he has energy, the drive, the determination, and can-do spirit. And you need to steady people to know the right people that can do it. And we think that he was the guy. To be honest, the kind of work he's done at the place the last few months, it would take somebody 5 years to do. And I salute him. I salute the governor also, and the central bank for what they've done. Tightening the money supply, sterilizing about 55 billion, helping bring inflation down. The policies we are working here, the coordination between us and the central bank is something that has also worked for us. And the kind of structural change we've done, and also cocoa board, the reforms that has taken place. This gold board and cocoa board come together has helped build strong reserves, and the central bank has been able to intermediate properly as part of their function. And today you see the economy doing well. It's a combination of the effort. But let me say this, you know, the kind of reforms we've put in place has only become possible because President Mahama has given us the support. There was no way we could achieve even a quarter of what we've been able to achieve without the support of the president and his guidance, the vision he has. Do this, don't do this. Go here, don't go here. Don't worry, I'll back you. Go ahead, don't be afraid. I'm there. Do that. This is the way to go. No, this is not how to do it. It's a good idea, but turn it this way. That is what has become the magical moment for the turnaround.
The guidance from the
guidance. Not only the guidance, the support.
Okay.
The guidance, the support. Dearly. And it's not something that is 1 week then it will guide you. Every single day. Involving himself. Guiding you. Let me understand what you want to do. Break it down from technicality to layman's language. So, okay, I understand. Do it this way. Turn it that way. Why not this one too?
Okay.
It makes it work, and it turns 1 to 2. Adds something special to the occasion, and it turns the matter. Today, the benefits of his guidance, the benefits of his support is there for everybody to see. And I remember saying that if we are able to do this well, it will not be up to 1 year. The people of Ghana will see the difference. Look at this. It's there.
Where are we
now?
Okay.
Upon all of this,
what
is left, what matters most is how we sustain it.
Okay.
And
that's
I'm
what
sure that's what you're going
intend to do with the
budget.
budget.
So this budget recognizes the foundation we've laid.
Okay.
The foundation of 2025 and building on it in 2026. And so this budget was prepared with 3 legs.
Okay.
The first is to consolidate the stability we are seeing.
Okay.
Challenging, but we'll do it.
Okay.
And that is the calibration of this budget.
Okay.
2, this budget looks at using the stability to accelerate investment, growth, and for job creation. At the same time, transforming our country.
Okay. Investment, growth.
Yes, investment, jobs, and transformation, economic transformation. And so in doing that, we decided to pick some key areas for critical investment. Energy, so that we can have reliable and also affordable power that can power the growth. Because you can grow without energy. So you need to have that. Then 2, as a country, we need to improve on our infrastructure. Okay. And that will power the growth. That will connect the people. Okay. And then most importantly, agriculture. There should be food and there should be food security. You don't want to be impacted when there's a war in somebody's country. You should be able to feed yourself. So how do we do it? We look at everyday staples, and then also we look at how do you commercialize your agriculture and use that also for job creation and all. So those are the three things that we focus on. At the same time, we look at agro business, and so you see a lot of Ministry of Trade and Agro Business, a lot of processing, agro processing also in the chain, also to lift it. And then going into that, you also need to secure your country. And so we talk about security, how to secure your country. Will you have a country if there's no security? Will you have an economy if there's no security? No. So you need to secure the country. And you could see that we have specifically taken care of the Navy, taking care of the Air Force, and taking care of the infantry. And that, yes, you said the senior former retired officer said it's a modest. It's a good start. I recognize that it's a good start. It's more than modest, but it's a good start. Then, above all, in doing all of this, the social sector of the economy, you need to educate your children. We need to end double track and end it once and for all. So we are doing considerable investment, putting considerable investment in areas of secondary schools. So we are going to revamp infrastructure in the secondary schools. We're going to build a lot of basic schools. Oftentimes, particularly in the previous administration, the secondary schools were neglected and the primary schools were neglected. So we are building 400 kindergarten, 400 teacher accommodation, 200 basic class 1 to 6 classroom blocks, and 200 JSS buildings. And this is scattered across the country. And at the same time, we are providing the secondary schools with buses. We are providing the education service with pickups and saloon cars for them to be able to enhance the supervision of the schools to bring our quality up, because our quality is going down thanks to MPP. Just run the country aground and destroy the education sector. It's there for everybody to see. I mean, today, things are changing. And the minister responsible for education is doing his bit, doing everything possible to up the standard of education. And I commend him for the effort he's putting in place. And it needs to be supported. And so we had to allocate resources for that particular ministry to be able to do well. Aside that, we've also been working on free secondary education. And so you notice that, I'm sure you've noticed that all the noise around secondary education
and the feeding,
it's all gone. Because we have allocated resources, and last year we allocated 3.5. This year we are allocating the 2025 budget 3.5. The next budget 2026 we allocated 4.2 billion.
But they allocated lots of money back then, but still the complaints were there. So how have you done it differently?
Where they cannot find I don't know, but it's something that maybe we have to ask. So one day call them back. They serve the country. They have to account for their stewardship. So give a call to him and ask the former minister that and I'm sure he will answer you. But what we've done is special. So you can see that education, feeding is improving and all, and there's regular supply of money for that sector. Then we came to health.
Before you go to health, to deal with the free SHS matter, you're looking at a 2-year program.
Yes.
That will lead to the elimination
of double track.
Yes. How do you intend to do that?
Okay, so we are building a lot of schools.
And
Minister has a blueprint, Mr. Haruna. Minister Haruna has a blueprint. And in fact, we've discussed, he discussed with me. I promised I'll fund it. I've accordingly funded it. And it's going to be a 2-year program to be able to fix the double track mess and to get the school children to be in school all the time, at the right time.
So it's heavily led by infrastructure development?
Heavily led by infrastructure.
So you're improving the infrastructure?
Yes, because the double track is as a result of no infrastructure or poor infrastructure or weak infrastructure. So you build on infrastructure, you are done. And it's 2 years because you cannot use 1 year to finish building the schools. And so 2 years is enough that you'll be able to.
Are you thinking about new schools?
Yes, we are also identified 20 to 30 what do you call it?
The E-blocks.
E-blocks that will complete.
You complete?
Yes, we'll complete.
While upgrading infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
In the old one.
Exactly. To be able to take
there are those who are skeptical. For example, Edward says, great idea and do it within 2 years.
Well, it's a challenge. I like challenges, you know. It's, if nobody challenges you, you go to sleep. So let's take the challenge. And I work with Minister Haruna. I'll support him. I'll do whatever I have to do to my side, because he needs support to be able to do it. He has the vision. He brought a vision. He saw the vision to President. He saw the vision to me. I bought into the vision, and I will back him up so that we can together achieve that for Ghana and for our children.
Like you said, you are spending heavily in education.
Yes.
The foundational levels.
Yes.
Seems you're doing a lot there. When you say you're building 100 kindergarten schools. 400. 400?
Yep.
Kindergarten.
Yes.
Then you're doing how many primary? How many?
200 primary school and 200 GSS. We're building 400 4-unity teacher accommodation.
Are you building them as basic schools, or you're building them at different units? As a complete basic school from kindergarten to junior high school?
No, different units. Okay. Based on needs.
Okay.
Some communities may have primary school, they don't have GSS.
Okay.
And there's the need to put GSS there. You put GSS.
Okay.
Some communities may only need kindergarten. And then they go to, there are twin communities. You need put kindergarten here, then in between they can go for primary schools. Okay. And you know, I'm a rural MP, class MP, and so I understand, and I've been an MP for some time in a rural community. So you see a typical community, not many people, but the school children, they have enough children there to have basic education, like KG. But they don't have enough to go to, let's say, GSS. They don't have enough for primary school. But because there's no KG there, some of them are not educated until they go to primary school. Okay. What we are trying to say is that let's put KG there. Okay. So able to educate them so that when they finish, they can go to maybe primary school in another place. Some say they may be able to do KG and primary schools in that community. When they grow up, they can join JSS in between somewhere else. That is how we do it in the rural setup. But over the years, there has not been attention on KG. Okay. And when was the last time you heard any government talk about building KG?
Kindergarten, no.
No. It's only John Mahama. Yeah. He cares. He's doing it for the people of Ghana. And because he wants to make a change. He wants to do something. In most communities you go to, is the KG you see there were built by the community themselves. Okay. John Mahama is saying, I will do it for the people of Ghana. And he's building it.
And the backbone of that is going to, because I've heard you admit in interviews about a backlog of teachers.
It's a fact. It's a fact. There's a lot of backlog. But the question is, taking all of them on board and not even providing classrooms, where are they going to teach? Okay. Where are they going to teach? We've been taking them on board, and when they go, they don't even have a place to sleep. Where are they going to sleep?
Edward says there's a deficit of 30,000 teachers at the underserved areas.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Because we have a backlog of about 78,000 people. Okay. That needs to be looked at. But ability to pay also matters. Okay. We just granted 13,000. I'm sure the 30,000 may exclude the 13,000. Okay. So we granted 13,000. The 13,000, granted the 30,000 is correct. The 13,000 has come to reduce it to say 27,000. Okay. The next budget we can also do another 10, 20, 40, will depend on what we have to reduce it further. So gradually we'll get there.
You were going to talk to us about health.
So health is another important sector.
Okay.
We inherited Agenda 111. We have identified 10 of them that will complete. Okay. We don't want to begin 110 projects and finish none. Okay. So we want to pick 10 and finish 10. Okay. Then the following year, identify maybe more and finish it. So based on our ability, we can do it. So we have Agenda 111, we've allocated 100 million Ghana cedis to finish 10 of them. So that will be done. We have learned the hard way, because President Akufo-Addo and the MPP began at 110 and they finished 0. We don't want to be there. If since 2021, if they had done 10, 10, 10, they could have finished 550. Instead of you have 110 uncompleted buildings across the country. We'll fix them one by one. Aside that, we are building 3 regional hospitals.
Okay.
Remember, we have 6 regions with no regional hospital.
Okay.
The new regions. So we are building 3 of them.
Okay. You are committing to starting?
Yes, immediately.
Building, finishing?
Yes. We are going straight away.
Okay.
And then next year, I think it will take like 18 months to have it done. Okay. So we'll finish it and fix it. Then 2027, we'll fix another 3. Okay. So we know that can be done. So by 2028, all the 6 regions that do not have regional hospital will have regional hospitals. We've also committed to build 2 district hospitals. And then there was one in Shama that was abandoned. So we are doing Shama and Bali. They also have regional district hospital. So that is also going to be done. And then aside, we've identified some projects that were begun by the previous administration. So like also in hospital, the Sewua Regional Hospital for Ashanti region, we have to fix it, open it. We're the military hospital in Aferi, we have to fix it. Then we have to also finish the Komfanochi Teaching Hospital as well. And so, and then La General Hospital, we have to fix it. So we've put all of this together and we want to make sure this is actually done. And so you again note that we are doing a lot at the health sector. We've allocated 9.9 billion to National Health Insurance Scheme to make sure that claims are being paid on time, right? Where their functions are stipulated in their law, being functioned properly. Do you hear of noise around health insurance again? That we have not been paid, blah, blah, blah. Good one. Again, the CEO there, Dr. Victor Bampo, amazing man. He's doing an excellent work, and I commend him. He was once a former deputy minister
of finance,
of
health, actually.
Of health, so and a medical doctor. So he's a medical. I think so. He's a medical doctor. He's a practitioner. So he's actually doing his work and doing it very well. He understands the sector. The minister of health, Honorable Akando, is provided a vision to guide. Recently, he led his team at Ministry of Health to pass the Mahama case. And we have also allocated 2.3 billion Cedis to support the Mahama case. And the focus will be to support people with non-communicable disease, the NCDs, like diabetes, like kidney, like cancer, and all of that, those diseases, so they can provide financial support to them. So all in all, I think we are at the right place.
But you're funding 2 other very important, the Women's Bank.
Yeah.
You
400 million. Yeah.
Okay. So
400 million quid. It's a lot of money.
but I'm wondering, are the structures in place for exactly who are you allocating the money to?
Okay. So
what are the current structures?
So the structure is that the company is going to be constituted. It shouldn't be an act of parliament. It can be constituted as a company. Okay. It's ongoing to be done immediately. And January they can begin work.
Okay. Then the 24-hour economy.
24-hour economy. 24-hour economy, we have a secretariat now in Parliament, in the office of the President, under the Chief of Staff. We have allocated 100 million Ghana cedis for the 24-hour economy secretariat. Remember, the 24-hour economy policy itself is private sector driven. And so those private sectors that are doing that are going to get tax rebate. At the same time, they're going to get some financing from the DBG and for Ghana Infrastructure and Investment Fund to be able to do the work they are doing. It's private sector led.
You're doing 3 garment factories.
Yes.
3.
Correct.
Being built by government, or how are you?
Okay, so the minister responsible for trade is working with the business people. We are doing something like co-financing, supporting them with some resources that will be able to allow them to do it in machinery. So, and they will pay back over a period of time.
Now, how do you intend to fund all of this? Because
same budget. I showed where the allocation is. I'm getting your money. Your tax you give to me. I show you how we are spending your cash. So for the first time, you see your revenue and how we are spending it. So it's your money. That's how we are putting it to use. Your money is working for you.
And so far, because you are getting to the end of the year, you had your revenue targets. Are you closer to achieving them?
Yes.
What lessons are you learning from?
I will hit my revenue target this year. For sure. I'm optimistic. I will do it. There were some few blips, particularly at the port.
Okay.
I've nabbed it in the bud, and we are on. We're achieving.
But you talk about problems with import declaration forms.
My brother, don't let me be sad. It's sad.
What's the challenge there?
You know, I say it as it is. It's my nature. I don't like to. This country has been raped. Call it that.
Raped?
Yes.
How?
Ghana has gone through very difficult times. And in this matter, don't only blame the politicians. All of us. All of us, the people of Ghana, people living here. And you can only blame the politicians because it's lack of proper supervision, proper management. The country was on autopilot. I'll give you an example. In the last 5 years, from April 2020 to March 2025, $81 billion has left this country, equivalent, in the name of imports, that they are going to bring things into the country. Do you know what? $31 billion of this amount, they transferred it out of Ghana in the name of import, that they are going to buy something and then something will come in. Nothing came in at all. $31 billion
left the country.
It's not good. 31 billion.
People took dollars to use
out.
For imports.
No wonder our reserves was bleeding. No wonder our city was limping. This is the reason.
Wow.
Yes. Sad. It's getting to time for me to leave. But let me say this, that I'll have time again with you. And we can.
But just before we wrap up, because talking about things that we're worried about, you are disallowed some 10.4 billion due to the auditors' work in arrears. What happened there?
Okay, so when I came in, I said to you that the first thing I did was on the 23rd was to write that everything must stop.
Okay.
And that I was going to committee to audit. So after the audit, 10 billion United States Ghana Cedis was rejected as illegible, that they were fictitious and we shouldn't pay. In fact, among the ones that I stopped them from paying, 1 billion Ghana Cedis of those amounts happens to be fictitious. So if I have not stopped it on the 23rd, being the first day, they would have been paid. And you would have lost 1 billion Ghana Cedis.
That was cleared for payment.
Cleared for payment.
Well, the minister has given us his word that you find time this time, and I'm hoping you'll come to Radio Gold properly and we'll sit down and have a conversation. But thank you. Thank you.
What do you like so that when I'm coming out, bring the toffee?
I'll tell everyone. I'll tell everyone. And that's the finance minister, Honorable Cassiel Ato Forson, speaking to us. And of course, the engagements on the budget will continue. But this is Radio Gold 90.5 FM.